I'm Richard Stephenson, and it's 2013 and it's February, so it's Publishing Expo. Let's just talk about the magazines and what's actually happening in that market. The magazine industry is hurting. Although that some magazines have been launched and are doing quite well, fundamentally the pagination is getting less as advertisers migrate to other areas, and it's very difficult for magazine publishers to actually replace the revenue streams that are from some very high value adverts in the print edition with the digital side. But the good news is that subscriptions in digital are growing. In the latest stats that came out of the States, just literally last month, was that in the last 6 months of 2012, relative to the last 6 months in 2011, the subscriptions grew by 146%, digital subscriptions. Print subscriptions grew by only 0.7. So clearly, digital subscriptions are on the move. But how do we reach all those other players out there, who may not want to have a subscription? And that's the next challenge that the magazine industry needs to actually look at. How do we reach those other players? And is it an advertising play as far as monetizing is concerned? Or is it about sponsorship, or possibly about going into social networks? I think one of the things that we have to be mindful of now is that we have this huge animal called Facebook, which is the place where so many of these consumers do lie. And yet it's not a traditional place that publishers have actually gone to. But what we're very keen on is seeing that you publish onto these tablets, onto an Android tablet, and then you can share onto your own site, your own Facebook site, and then your friends can take that and tweet that and like that and put it on their own site, and that then becomes much more of a viral issue. The good news about it is that we can take the metadata. That means the information goes with that information. And whoever clicks it, maybe 13 steps down on somebody's Facebook page, it goes back to, say, buying a magazine or buying a product. And what we've done is actually take it even further. Instead of just sharing, say, a page or sharing a sort of snippet of the magazine, we can share an article or an advert or a product. And so you can just do that and take it onto the social networks, or that and tweet it. Now we see the ability to use these as a portal into the social world as a way of monetizing to catch all those other people, those non-subscription people I talked about. Turning to the matter of, should you animate? Should it just be a replica of your magazine? And the key point here is that in the type of readers you have, you need to understand the people who are reading what they want out of the magazine. So if it's principally a magazine which is about content that needs to be read, right, the last thing you want to do is to load it up with images and animation, etc., which is unnecessary and not required by the reader. It just increases the download speed, and that user experience is ultimately which will make people successful or make a magazine successful. So very often the publishers are thinking about the advertiser, who is a really important part of the piece. I've got to satisfy the advertiser. And then the user themselves, though, is the ultimate decider of whether they like this product or not. So get that right and the advertisers will follow. So the content, say for a technology magazine, can be much more interactive. People expect things to happen, people to move, you tap things happen. This is very exciting, and you can do that. Our platform is designed like a cafeteria system, where you could actually just go into the beginning of the cafeteria system and you could get yourself a bagel. Or you could actually take the Lobster's Thermosor at the end. Now, very often publishers have a range of magazines or stables, and some would require just that bagel treatment of a standard process, or in fact the business of real animation. And you need to be able to do that on the platform. Now our system is based on this all happening in the cloud. So it can be done anywhere. We can publish from Kazakhstan to California, okay? And we give the logins to people to be able to do that. They upload their assets, which can be print-based assets, video, audio, HTML5 animations and things that you want to put in there, and then you can do that in the cloud. If you just wanted to do the plain magazine that things, it's just a very fast process to push it across to Android, iOS, or to the web, or to Windows 8. That's a very fast process. You hardly have to stop. You don't need any more people in order to publish that type of thing. If you want to stop and say, let's actually create some great interactivity, then we'd recommend that you think about a couple of bright people who are good HTML people who can actually create widgets which will drop in there and make it a very exciting experience. I think the exciting thing is that you can start off and publish and get up and running and have it across platform with a plain vanilla version, and then experiment with dropping in videos, with dropping in sound or animation, and you add it as you go and as you get more confidence and see what happens. Now the stats, of course, are vital for guiding you. So you have logins to get all the stats of what are people doing, how long they're watching a video for, which pages they're spending time on, all that sort of thing. That's the thing that will determine to you to say, hey, this is really working. Our clients really want it. You will get feedback. You can put little feedback forms on there which pop up and get the details, and they work really well. But you can also watch what people are really doing, and that helps you to design a better product and a better magazine.